Imagine going on a camping trip. One of the first things you do is plan. Make a reservation at a destination, pack your bags, and ensure that you have enough money to return home. Without this basic preparation, you could quickly become lost, hungry, and stranded in the middle of nowhere. Planning is an integral part of any endeavor, especially when performing research. Without a plan, a researcher may also find themselves in a vast digital landscape trying to navigate mismanaged files when fulfilling a data request to validate their findings. In today's video, we will discuss how UNT Health Fort Worth can help in the first phase of the research data management lifecycle, plan and design. This phase addresses topics like creating a data management plan, preparing for compliance requirements, assigning roles and responsibilities for your team, and organizing data with directory structures and file naming conventions. Let's get started. A data management and sharing plan is a short document that describes a researcher's strategy to manage the who, what, where, when, how, and why of data. Although it may take time to create, a thorough DMP will help protect against data loss, ensure you have strategies for storage and preservation, as well as help your teammates seamlessly collaborate when handling data. When writing a data management and sharing plan, here are some good data management concepts to consider. Who will be involved in collecting, processing, and storing of the data? Assign roles to your team members from the student assistant to the data analyst. Identify who has the necessary skills to manage, analyze, or collect data, and what knowledge gaps might be present. Plan accordingly for additional costs to train or hire new teammates. Using an electronic lab notebook, like Lab Archives, which is provided by UNT Health, invite team members and grant the level of permissions needed to efficiently collaborate. For further instructions and information, check out UNT Health's Lab Archives Guide. What kinds of data will be collected? Are you creating or accessing existing datasets? Think through your file types, aggregation amount, and necessary tools to interpret or manipulate the data. For better sharing and preservation purposes, can you save the data using open source instead of proprietary software? Finally, describe any data standards within your field and which metadata you will use to ensure longevity and readability for the future. For help with metadata standards and policies, visit fairsharing.org or the Digital Curation Center for more information. Where will the data be preserved, and will there be public access to it? List a data repository and which journals you want to publish your future articles. Sometimes journals, publishers, and even institutions will have data requirements that you will want to keep in mind. If you aren't sure where to publish, contact a librarian for help. We can provide you with a list of potential journals or repositories for your data and future publications. We also manage the data repository, DataSafe at UNT Health, a local solution for depositing datasets and fulfilling funder requirements for UNT Health-affiliated faculty, staff, and students. When will data be released for sharing, and how long will it be stored? You will want to estimate how often you plan on sharing results, how much you will share, as well as how long you plan on retaining scientific data. Please make sure you check with UNT Health's Research and Innovation for any intellectual property issues and partnerships before sharing any data. How do you plan to be able to understand produced data in the future? Create an organizational plan for directory structures, naming conventions, and any metadata documentation like README files or codebooks. List any proprietary software needed, as well as the storage location, so others will be able to read and access data for secondary reuse. For more information on metadata basics, check out our library guide. Why might there be limitations to data sharing? This might include protected human data, informed consent, governmental regulations, patent of inventions, or confidentiality protections. You will also want to check with any collaborating partners for intellectual property rights and data use agreements. Data management plans can be required when applying for federal grants through agencies like the National Institutes of Health and the National Science Foundation. Lewis Library's Research Data Management Guide links to websites to help you find compliance requirements. Visit the SPARC website for data or article sharing policies by federal agencies. Link to the North Texas Regional Institutional Board website to get local guidance and resources. If you've never written a DMP before, we highly suggest using DMP Tool. DMP Tool is web-based and has funding agency-specific templates to help users craft a tailored plan. You can also preview public plans and find funder requirements. Invite your team members to collaborate, and when finished, download your plan in a variety of formats and register it to receive a unique identifier. Link the published DMP with your ORCID account or other documentation to show how you meet funder requirements. If you would like personalized help writing or editing your data management plan, please schedule an appointment with DMSP Compliance at unthealth.edu. Planning is the vital first step in the research cycle, and we know how easy it is to navigate data when you are organized from the beginning of a project. If this is your first time or the first time in a while that you have had to create a data management and sharing plan, Lewis Library has the tools you need. Check out our data management guide on the library website to link to the tools mentioned in this video. For more specific questions about this first step, contact a librarian for help. Thank you for taking the time to learn a bit about data.